Okay, so I'm gonna finish the John Holland story per request. LOL. Okay, so where I left it was he had gone on to the next woman that he was talking to, and he says randomly to now the audience of 50. This is, part 4 of John Holland, the psychic. He says, has anybody here lost a brother named William? And I said, I was the only one. I said, I did. Now, my brother William, I had never met. He was my father's son. And apparently he was taking radar on the side of the road in Texas. And carbon monoxide, he had become like a state trooper there. My father was very rich. His family invented less oil, and they were from Holyoke. And my father was a pioneer in the field of cryogenics, things like that. But this brother, I guess, William, didn't want to, work at the family business and stuff like that. So he moved to Texas. And I remember I was young. I was about 10, 11 years old. And there was a really bad heat wave in Texas. And apparently he had become a state trooper, was taking radar, carbon monoxide leaking in. And he died. And he was the one that my mother always used to say that I looked a lot alike. The tall brunette. So anyway, so this girl that John Holland was talking to says, oh no, my father had a brother that was named William. Why is he coming? And like John Holland flippantly, like, here I'm the only one who says yes, a definite yes to his question. And he says, oh, he just didn't say anything. He just like ignored me. And so he says to whatever spirit, oh, sorry, she doesn't want to talk to you, William. And I got a thought in my head, like I pictured, like say this brother of mine, sorry I say like a lot, I know I do, I even see it in when I'm writing comments, I try to go back and delete them and whatever. So I pictured in my mind like him walking away, like being refused, Then he comes out with, did anyone's mother pass away and they didn't make it to the hospital on time? Well, first he goes into, seeing an elderly woman that, had something happen to her, like her head, like an aneurysm or something, and then she couldn't talk, and then you didn't make it to the hospital on time when she died. That's exactly what happened to my mother. Exactly. Once again, I was the only one. I said, that would be me. Once again, he didn't even look my way. I think he might have flippantly just said, not you, or something. Now, I mean, everyone that he talked to, it was like he was trying to fit, square pegs into round holes. It was like, well, maybe an uncle. Da, da, da. With me, it was like he was right on, on the head. But it didn't matter that I was the only one to be like, yeah. And then, it's like you feel kind of foolish because you start thinking maybe he's going to think you're saying yes, yes, yes on purpose or whatever. So then, as he's walking down the walk, he says, oh, and I know I mentioned in the other one that I had, before I went into the, the place where it was at this little, like, strip mall church, whatever, one of those, like, well-being church, I don't know, holistic, who knows. I had written down on a piece of paper, and my friend will attest to this, because, he was like, what are you doing? And I said, oh, I'm writing down nicknames of, that are related to the people that I'd like to come through. So he's walking down through the middle of the 25 seats one way, 25 seats the other, and he stops and he says, he's talking like as if, when he says he's talking to, he's like, oh, no, wait a minute, this message is for me. Not me, him. He's close, near about the eyeline on, and he says something. And he looks at me and says, I wish I could say it was for you, sweetie, but it's not. But what you should do is write down people's nicknames that you'd like to come through. But he walked away so fast and went on that I didn't even get to say that I did. Because I had it right there in my pocket. You know, like my hand around it in my pocket. And my friend can attest to that. You know? I even took a minute out in the car. Like I said, I had made it before we went even. I had been working on it. You know, because there's a couple, you know, like my friend Mountain. Linda used to call me Bubba. Linda is my sister. You know, my mother, the kids would call her Nanu. My cousin Paul was Stavros. You know, Mark was Marky. You know, there was things. And I had it him, and he said it. He looked right at me. And so then, anyway, if you want to hear the rest, I want you to tune into part 5. I'll make it. I really will. Maybe right away. Maybe if you ask nicely. Peace, love, and tacos.